Side mount, okay? Just like we talked about earlier, my control is gonna be more dominant the closer I am to his chest and his shoulders, all right? The biggest mistake you can make from a mount is to allow yourself to be comfortable sitting on their hips or on their belly. This is a very weak form of mount. I'm further from his arms, so it's gonna be harder for me to attack his arms, and if he ever bridges on me, boom, it's gonna create a lot of space to come out. All right, I wanna have my chest on his chest here. He bridges now, nothing happens to me because I'm too far from his hips. I'm very close to his arm now. Both my hands surround his arms to be easier to attack for arm locks and whatnot, okay? And plus, I'm closer to his face, okay? So for little short little elbows, you can score here in hammer fist, you're gonna have a better target, okay? Few things, again, chest pressure. You wanna get a good back extension and really have your chest working. If you're just sitting relaxed here, this is actually not a bad spot for this bottom guy. It's comfortable, right? So I wanna push. He should feel that weight on his chest, okay? The other thing, my knees, this knee here should be wedged under his hip. It's gonna make it harder for him to replace his guard, okay? This knee here, ideally inside his ear, okay? With his elbow stuck on my hip. So I can trap like so. If I'm going both arms over, that's gonna make it harder for him, not impossible, but harder for him to get a post on that near side, okay? And if I'm gonna have both elbows on one side, that's because I'm looking to arm lock, Kimura, paintbrush, right? Otherwise, if I'm trying to control, then your cross face is gonna be a better bet, and I can lock my hands, you know, and use my right shoulder here to drive, and then put my weight on that shoulder, okay? Again, with training, just be careful, don't crank too hard, but you know, if I lean in here, it's gonna be pretty miserable for him. And likewise, if I'm avoiding getting stuffed or pushed, I don't want my head up. My head's up makes it very easy. So my head should be down on the ground. Now he tries to frame, very tricky, okay? But this type of position, control, you're just stalling, really, or it's good for initial pass, or you need to take a breather, right? Because it's gonna be very difficult for them to escape, particularly if they're wasting a lot of energy. If they're bucking around rolling, then you have to stay here for a while. Let them get really tired. And then once they lose a little bit of that fight, now maybe I can posture up a little bit and strike. Just be aware, whenever you strike, you lose control, right? Because you have to detach to create some space. So you wanna use it judiciously. If I just start throwing a flurry, maybe I land a few shots, but the guy's out. But if I pick my shots one at a time and start peppering him, when I feel he starts to break, then I can open up, go knee on belly, and just let a finishing salvo, right? But that's as far as controlling this position here, okay? Now, if we get into a point where, you know, I'm working this position, but Alvin starts looking to escape and he gets his elbow on my hip to be able to post effectively. Yep, this is like the beginning of the end, right? Initially, it's not a big deal, but as he keeps working out, go ahead, boom, that creates a space where now he can throw that knee in, re-guard, all that stuff, all right? So you have to address it as soon as you feel it. So if I'm controlling here and I feel that elbow come out, right? Right away, my response to this should be sit out, come back under the elbow, collect it, walk it back up, reset, right? Now, it's not a once and done thing because he's gonna recover again, right? He's gonna get the elbow in, okay, boom. Cut back under, lift, reset, okay? So for every time he tries to sneak that elbow into frame, to post, I sit out, collect the elbow, come back up. You're like, oh, that's annoying. But it's gonna be more annoying for him because he has to use a lot more energy to make that hip escape, and then every time he gets put down, that's a little less fight he's got in him. You keep doing that over and over again, at some point it's gonna break, then your finish comes. Okay, so just some side control fundamentals and recovery. One last thing here. If the common thing that happened, this underhook sneaks in, okay? Again, this is also a big problem if I don't address it right away, okay? So if that underhook does come in, I have a few options. One, he goes, I'm gonna flag this arm and come low, ideally looking to trap that bottom hip, okay? Then I'm gonna reverse my sit out, boom, and lift. If I scoop this bottom leg, it takes away his wrestle up ability because now he can't come to his knees, right? So we're here, you know, I'm hitting, he gets the underhook, boom, right away, get up. Once I have that leg collected, now we're in this reverse sit-out position that we covered earlier, right? I can drive in, boom, and stick my mount, okay? But if you don't do nothing, he's gonna come up to his knees, and then you're gonna get into this dogfight position and have to worry about all that, all right? So immediately, whenever I feel an underhook, boom, I'm coming under here. I'm also moving my hips up, all right? Just in case he does come to his knees, my legs are not gonna be caught, okay? And again, my weight on my chest. So ideally, even though he gets the underhook, he doesn't get his shoulder to pop. His shoulder stays stuck on the ground, okay? Boom. Again, if you like Kimuras, this is also a good spot to catch it. Final underhook that could happen, side mount, is the near side. He gets that near arm in, boom. And then usually they start spinning out and work out here, right? If you feel that near side underhook come in, same thing, but I'm gonna go north-south, okay? Because now, again, puts me in a good position to attack the Kimura, or I could drive in and start working towards the gift wrap, right? Because that other arm that he left behind, right, is gonna be alone. I dig this underhook, I use my chest, drive. With my chest behind his elbow, he can't come back anymore. And I can use this to force a back exposure. Okay, so addressing the underhooks near side or far side. Cool, let's do it on 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, hook. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of all of my latest videos on YouTube. But really the best place to find all my content is my website, davidmma.com. You can register for free and get access to 4 free courses, including Kimura Fundamentals, Essential Half Guard Kimura, Essential Half Guard Passing, and much more.